Hi everyone, welcome back to Levito's Homestead. We're out in the garden. It's the end of March, beginning of spring. We are going to plant some carrots, beets, and peas, and some radishes. So this bed last year had tomatoes in it, and we also added some green beans in it for the crop rotation. I like to have a heavy feeder in, and then I like to have something like green beans in here, so it has a good nitrogen source for the tomatoes. So since it's the following year, we're going to do a root vegetable. So this bed will be carrots. So first what we're going to do is I'm going to hard rake it to like even this out. We put some extra compost on this probably about a week or two ago. So now that it's kind of settled, I'm going to rake it. We're going to put some rows in, and then we're going to plant our carrots. It's supposed to be a rainy day tomorrow, so that's perfect for planting carrots. So I figured take advantage of the rain and the weather. So let's get started. Definitely some extra hay in here from our compost, but that's okay, because that will be good for the carrots. If I can just...
You can rake out whatever, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rake it out. And our compost is made from our goat poop and their hay in the barn. And then we just let it sit for a couple months, and then we put it on the garden as needed, usually in the spring. You can see how nice and dark, how dark it is. Just take that chunk off too. Okay. Okay, so that's good for carrots. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. This is also already very loose soil, so I don't need to worry about being rock hard like our clay. So carrots typically need to be planted like 2 to 3 inches apart in the rows, because they're only going to be about 1 inch or 1.5 inches diameter. So what I do is I'll just go like this. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, it doesn't have to be very deep because they're carrot seeds. And they're gonna grow deep as they grow. So I would just do like 1 inch. First, this hay is gonna be in the way. Let me just get that out of the way. We cleaned these beds out in the fall, so that was already done previously. So all we had to do this year was add the compost to it to make it easy for us. And I am making these a little bit wider than what I said, because we're gonna, in the spring, probably May, like I said, it is the spring, in May, we'll be planting green beans in here also. So I just want to make sure we have enough room for both. They're really good companion plants for each other. All right, so now in my handy dandy pocket, I have our carrot seeds. I got a ton in here. So we have a tender sweet. I have scarlet. What else do I have in here? Apparently I have some lettuce I snuck in here. So those are the main ones. We're gonna do some tender sweet and scarlet. So there's gonna be more of a bigger carrot. That's what we like here. Because we use them for canning, we'll use them for beef stew, or we'll can them up and we'll just add them to anything. That's kind of a lot of our winter foods, our soups and stews. We just kind of make them as we go, pretty much. For vegetable soup, yummy. Okay. So with carrots, I usually just plant them very thin, just so I don't have to thin them as much because if in like June or something like that, when you go to thin out your carrots, I know a lot of people put a whole bunch, but I've never really had issues with carrots not germinating. Of course, now that I say I'm gonna have that issue, but I'm gonna just lightly sprinkle them down. Start on this end. Okay. Now I'm gonna go this side and I'll go through that side just because the bed's so big. Okay, so now that we have all the seeds in, now we're going to kind of hard rake over and then we should be good to go. All right, so that's that. So now if you know it's not gonna rain tomorrow, you can water your bed. I don't know, probably not though. probably leave it go, and then once it starts raining, they'll start growing. Typically, when carrots are growing, if they have a frost, it actually makes them sweeter. So I prefer spring carrots. Fall carrots are fine, but spring carrots are the easiest for me because then you get them all canned up and you're done. So that's this bed. I can hand out our handy dandy garden map that I made. And I'll kind of show you. So the bed we just did was right here. So it's garlic. Oh, sorry. I don't know why it has garlic there. Anyway, it's carrots. So that's our carrot bed. Behind us right here is garlic. And then, so now we actually have these tomato cages already set up, or cattle panel set up. So we're going to actually plant peas along it for right now. And that'll help get that going right before tomatoes in, because typically peas are done before you even put your tomatoes in anyway. So that's a nice benefit. So we're going to go to these 3 beds and plant peas. All right, so for this one, we're gonna just make a row right down here for the paddle panel so the peas can grow up it. Doesn't need to be anything big, just a little rough. Typically I'll just put the peas in, poke it with my finger, but I'm gonna do this and this will make it easier too. And look how nice and brown and nice this soil is. This is all our compost. We didn't even have to buy any soil for this. Last year, this was a carrot bed. This year, it's going to be a peas and tomato bed. And I'll probably add some spinach and basil and stuff like that too, because that just benefits. So if we have the tomatoes growing here, down here, we can have other things growing. Okay, so we got these ones for now. So these are Green Arrow sweet peas. We thought these would be good ones. Typically, you know, you have to grow a lot of peas to have enough, but we're gonna grow these for Dominic, so for some baby food. So we figured, why not? We'll just stick them in the ground and they're gonna help the tomatoes anyway. Oh, I guess I should have said what they... And they should be planted they should be planted 4 inches apart, 1 inch deep. All right, so now we're just gonna cover them up with some soil. Like I said, 1 inch deep, so I'm gonna get the hoe back. Do this side first since I'm already over here. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with these beds. So I'll continue those and then we'll get to the beets next.
Lettuce and spinach.
We had cherry tomatoes, lettuce, and spinach. So now we're going to do some radishes and beets over here. If you can see, the beds over here are going to be all carrots. And then these two are going to be beets. So it's going to be nice to spring planting here. So then pretty much midway through summer, we're going to harvest them all. And then we can do green beans and lettuce for the fall. And then that's perfect. Okay, so first we're going to hard rake this. I know the hay's just kind of.
How deep, babe?
Huh?
How deep?
Oh, it's only 1/2 inch. Okay, so these are going to be a 1/2 inch deep, 4 to 6 inch spacing. So very lightly. It's kind of hard to, oh, my shirt got stuck, okay.
You look at that.
What's it? Okay. All right, so these are 1/2 inch deep, so very lightly. And 4 to 6 inch spacing. My scissors crumbs. Okay. Okay, so now we're just gonna lightly cover them up. I'm gonna use the hard wood because it makes it easier. I'm gonna use this hay because this is nice. On the parts where I didn't plant, I'll be planting lettuce there that I have in the house that I need to transplant outside. That won't be for a few more weeks though. Okay, so that is how we plant beets, peas, and carrots. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you found this helpful, how I like to plant my raised garden beds. And like I said, this is the end of March, so typically for our zone, the first week of April is when we plant these things. So I'm a little early, but also the weather has been good for it. So I hope you found this video helpful. See you next time.